Hi, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Fisoguhle, but you can call me Fi. And I just have one question for you. When are you getting on your Zoom? And I feel like most of the time when we think about this question, we associate it with monetary gain, financial stability, career, just like in essence, taking your life more seriously and going for the things that you want. But what if I told you that this get on your Zoom term or colloquial what if I told you that this term or this phrase that we use to describe standing on business and taking our lives seriously can also be simply just taking care of yourself better, being kinder to yourself, speaking to yourself with a kinder tone, taking it easy on yourself, because that is something that I've struggled with for quite some time. I am a perfectionist. I like to, do things a certain way, and when I put that pressure on myself, I find that it really cripples my creativity and my ability to move forward with my life and to grow, And I feel like a lot of us do that to ourselves, especially when we look at our lives and see that we're not where we want to be. And my chat is like, what if getting on your Zoom is just simply taking care of yourself as well? Because rest is productive, And sometimes being productive also entails, just taking care of your nervous system. Because for me personally, nervous system regulation is something that is one of my top priorities at the moment. I cannot achieve the goals that I have for myself if my nervous system is not regulated, if my mind is not clear, if I'm not feeling healthy, mentally and physically and emotionally and spiritually. You get what I mean? A few weeks ago, I actually had a really bad fever. I don't know what it was, but my dad says it's swine flu. I don't know, but I was on my deathbed. I looked terrible, and perhaps I can insert a picture to show you what I looked like. I looked really bad, and during that time, I didn't have time to think of how I was going to eventually move out of, my parents' house. I wasn't thinking of career. I wasn't thinking of anything. I just wanted to get better, And this reminds me of the time when I was speaking to my partner, and he said to me that when we're sick, we focus on getting better, and we prioritize getting better. And then when we're finally healthy, we go back to those habits that made us sick in the beginning. Like when you're sick, you're going to make sure that you take your vitamins. You're going to make sure that you hydrate. You're going to make sure that you take your medication. You're going to make sure that you are warm enough, And then when you're healthy again, you're just going to go back to the habits that weaken your immune system and make you unhealthy, And it's the same with mentally, because stress releases a hormone known as cortisol. Cortisol is bad for the body. Editing me here, I just want to clarify, too much cortisol, like high levels of cortisol in the body, can weaken your immune system, it impacts your immune system. Okay, I'm not saying that the hormone is unnecessary and it shouldn't be in our bodies. Obviously it serves its purpose, but too much of it is not good. That's basically what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Cortisol weakens the immune system. And I found that every time I'm stressed or anxious and I allow my thoughts to consume me, I find myself in a space where I'm also weakening my immune system. It's easier for me to get sick. I do feel sick. My tummy's aching. I have migraines. Things that I don't even know where I get these headaches from. Do you get what I mean? And my chat is, instead of worrying so much, because your anxiety, the worries that you feel, they're giving you a false sense of control over your life. Instead of you actually moving forward in your life, you are moving backwards, because you're going back to the past. You're narrating your present from the past, and that's not going to help you in any way. You're postponing things that you could have done today for tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and then you don't do it. And it's like, when are you going to do that thing? And I'm not even talking about your career goals. I'm talking about your mental. When are you going to start taking care of your mental? And it doesn't have to be something enormous. It can just be you simply getting out of bed, doing your bed, and drinking some water and sitting in the sun for a couple of minutes. I promise you it'll make a difference because you're out in nature, and it has been proven by science that, spending time outside does relieve stress. Being in nature does relieve stress. Do you get what I mean? So what I'm trying to say in essence is, like, when are you getting on your Zoom? When are you going to give yourself a chance to connect with your body again? When are you going to give yourself the opportunity to live in the present moment and to actually enjoy your life again, as opposed to you having to worry about every single thing that you cannot control, worrying about a future that has not yet come? Because at the end of the day, you don't have control over what that looks like, but you do have control over what it may look like with what you do in the present. And then staying in the past is not going to help us either. So there's just a lot that we need to do. But approaching this with, compassion and gentleness, it won't take anything from you. Instead, you will enjoy your life even more. Because I feel like people with regulated nervous systems, I genuinely feel like they can do absolutely anything that they put their mind to, And a couple of years ago, like way back when I was in matric, grade 11 matric, somewhere there, one of my friends asked me, at the time, she asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And I don't know if I was depressed, but my mental health wasn't that good in matric and grade 11. So she asked me, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And I just said to her, I see myself happier than I am now, And I feel like I am there, but I'm not there, but I'm there. You know what I mean? And so that alone is very telling, because I've spent years with a dysregulated nervous system, not taking care of my body, not taking care of my mind, that I've missed so many opportunities. And I've been scared to take those opportunities, and I didn't believe in myself. And it's only because of the dysregulation within my body. But this dysregulation in my body is caused by things that I have not really addressed in my life. I'm not saying that you should do everything all at once, but I'm just saying, get on your Zoom by really taking care of yourself and showing yourself love for once. Stop being so hard on yourself. We only have 24 hours in a day, and there's so much that you can do. And that little that you've done for yourself, even if it's 5 minutes, even if it's like a 5-minute workout, even if it's eating an apple, even if it's just doing your bed, even if it's just doing something different from what you've done before that has broken a habit that you probably have, that's enough. Something positive, even if it's looking at yourself in the mirror and simply saying, I love you, that is getting on your Zoom. And that's what I want it to be, because every time we think about getting on our Zoom and starting on business, it always entails money and career and just things that would make me spiral, because of social media now. There's a lot of comparison, and there isn't space for you to also, appreciate what you have in front of you. There's no space for you to tap into your creativity because you're always consuming. You know what I mean? That overstimulation. You need to plug out of that, like disconnect from all of that and connect with yourself. Let going on your Zoom or getting on your Zoom be you connecting with yourself and your body. I spent weeks without stretching and exercising, and I've noticed that because of the amount of tension my body holds from all the stress and anxiety that I have on a daily basis, it's easy for me to get sick, yes, but also I get very stiff, and I can feel it in my body that I'm very stiff. My body's very tight, and I don't sleep well, and I don't wake up feeling good. Like my knees were painful for some odd reason, and it's just because I didn't move my body. I didn't show up for myself. I wasn't feeling connected to myself. My dreams were weird too, and that was just a sign to tell me that you're not tapped in, you're not on your Zoom. And I feel like once you really connect with yourself, once you really give yourself that attention, that love, that compassion, and approach yourself the same way you would someone that you love dearly, there is nothing that you cannot do. There is nothing that you cannot achieve. You know? Just relax and breathe and calm down and enjoy your life. I feel like we were all born to enjoy our lives. You know, you prolong your suffering as much as you want, but you can also stop suffering. You can just enjoy, because you are exactly where you are supposed to be. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. I am exactly where I'm supposed to be too. Even if it's not where I thought I'd be, this is exactly where you should be. Every version of yourself was necessary, because those versions of yourself have brought you to where you are today. And if you want to change that, accept that these other versions existed. They were necessary. And you can simply do that by doing something different. Show yourself some love. Get on your Zoom and take yourself seriously. In the sense that you show yourself love, give yourself credit for how far you've come. Speak to yourself differently. Move your body. Hydrate your body. The sun really helps. Like, this is why I'm sitting here, because I didn't get any sunlight this morning. So I'm sitting here. The sun is hitting me. Sun-kissed. Do you get what I mean? Like, I just wanted to get on here because I felt like maybe someone would take something from what I've said. Get on your Zoom, please. 11:11, as I said that. Get on your Zoom. Be kinder to yourself. Be more gentle with yourself and move through this life gently. You know, I'm not saying that forget about your goals. Of course, remember your goals. But I believe that slow and steady does win the race. I am someone who wants to do things hastily, and that has never helped me in any way. It has just left me stagnant. It has left me anxious. It has left me stressed. It has left me crippled, and I don't think that it has contributed to any of my growth. Like, it just causes resistance when I rush things. A tree doesn't grow in a day. I'm sorry, it just does not happen. And when you were a baby, you were very patient with yourself when you were learning to walk. You fell, but you got up again. And I feel like there's so much that we can take from our younger selves. There's so many lessons that we can learn from our younger selves, because when we were younger, we were happier, we were more present, we were more creative. Like, the sky used to be purple, it would be pink sometimes, people's faces would be green. And that's because we weren't consuming so much. We weren't comparing ourselves to people so much. We weren't raising the bar for ourselves, It feels like our goals are impossible to reach because we keep raising the bar for ourselves. And it's like, stop. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're doing enough. Please acknowledge that. You're doing enough. You're feeling like you're behind. Who's standing in front of you? Except for you. Because if it's someone else, you put them there. Like, you mentally took that person and you put them in front of you. And that's why you feel behind. Because you took someone else's life and you compared it to your own. And by doing that, you stole your own joy. And that's not fair. Every time you think of bringing yourself down or being too hard on yourself, please remember who you're really speaking to. You're speaking to that 4-year-old, that 5-year-old, that 6-year-old, that 10-year-old, that inner child that had big dreams, that believed that they could do anything. And you are simply telling them what they've been told by the world when they knew who they were. Because most of us were told who to be, before we had a chance to be who we truly are. And my chat is, unlearn that, bro. And just be kinder to yourself. Show yourself some love. Be gentle with yourself. Rome wasn't built in a day. And I'm speaking to myself as I'm saying this, You've got this. You're doing great. Get on your Zoom. Be kinder to yourself. Take it easy. Okay? I love you. Thank you so much for listening to what I had to say. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. Bye.